Hey, it's John. My grandkids call me Grumpy. I hope everyone's doing well today. It is a cloudy day here in Florida. It's just the way it is. Earlier today, I had a bit of a setback. I was getting ready to process a hot sauce I've been fermenting for about 7 weeks, and it had along the top of it a thin layer of mold. So you get rid of it. You do not do anything with it, and I'm just going to learn from my mistakes and try again. I was a little sad. It's a waste of some good habaneros, but it's not like I'm going to feed it to people because it'll kill them. So I thought today I'd talk to you about one of the most expensive parts of gardening, and that's soil. Specifically, I'm going to talk about composting. It's a good way of reusing things and cutting back on landfill. I'm going to notate. I'm going to document in the description some of the YouTube channels that have helped me deal with the issues concerning soil. The two that I can think of off the top of my head are the folks at Epic Gardens uh, or Epic Gardening, as well as a gentleman, a Millennium Gardener. And I'll make sure that specifically the videos that I watched for some of my educational purposes, so you guys can take a look at it and see where I'm going with this and why I'm doing what I'm doing. So, without further ado, we're going to talk about how I made, with the help of the Millennial Gardener, how I made a couple of compost bins that seem to be working very well. All right, so I got these trash cans at Walmart for maybe 18 bucks a piece. The Millennial Gardener guy, he's got it set up so he drilled holes in the side for airflow and larger holes in the bottom to allow uh, worms to come in and do their thing inside the compost as well, creating a vermicompost. So I did the exact same thing, except instead of drilling holes, I melted it using a heat gun I've got to make that happen. It was just a little bit easier for me. This is what I had. You work with what you've got. This is what I had. So what I use is long clippings, also food scraps, table scraps. We're gonna look inside so you can see what's going on. Inside, it gets to a certain temperature, and honestly, off the top of my head, I can't tell you what it is, but it does its thing and it works so well. Science is amazing to me. I never thought I'd get excited about compost, but here I am living the very weird, surreal existence about getting excited about watching grass and leaves and food scraps break down. Okay, so the first one we're looking at is the one that was on the left. I'm not adding any more to it. It's continuing to break down slowly. It's cooled off in the middle where it does most of its active work. I'm not adding any more to it. It's going to just keep breaking down. It was much fuller, by the way, when I started doing this. But I mean, take a look at this. That looks fantastic. The smell is almost non-existent. It's excellent. It smells just like Earth, just the way you want it to. I'm very excited about this. What can I tell you? Okay, so the next one, this is the active one. I actually turn this one 2 or 3 times a week. Now, what you're seeing on top of there are kitchen scraps. That white powder, that is eggshells that I ran through a blender to get it just as fine as it can be. You really want to have as much surface space with eggshells as you could possibly get. The calcium in eggshells is invaluable. The problem is it takes eggshells forever to break down. You're going to see people say just throw them in your garden. You really shouldn't do that. You actually need to break it down as much as you can. I've got this down. It's not quite talcum powder, but it's doggone close. Also in here, I have got banana peels. I have got old discarded tea bags. I have got coffee grounds. I've got apple cores, grass clippings, leaves, dead leaves. I turn this every few days, and that heat in there, even though I don't have a compost thermometer, the heat in there you could feel it as you turn it. It's just like I say, it's science. It blows my mind. Okay, so we're inside where I do a lot of the uh, pre-planting stuff, like getting seeds planted in trays and stuff like that. I'm going to show you right now the uh, the compost that I've created using that. I have already mixed this with vermiculite and stuff. I've sifted it, and I'll talk a little bit about all of that in just a second. But just want you to be aware that's what's happening here. Oh, and by the way, the apron. You like the apron? I have a habit of when I'm out doing stuff and working with dirt, I do this. I do this, and I'm always looking in pockets. Well, so I've got this apron, got this cool patch on it, and now I do this to the apron. And I'm actually able to, in the pockets, I'll keep uh, snips, I'll keep, I don't know what the heck else I might need, a little claw rake thing, tiny little trowel shovel. So I keep these in the pockets there, so it's just makes it a little bit easier. So, all right, so let me show you what I have going on inside of here with some of the compost that I've already got mixed up and that I'm actually using. All right, so this is actual compost that I have made. Essentially, well, I say I made it. Science made it. I just followed the general rules, and from some of the YouTube videos that I've watched. But I've sifted it out, and this is all just very fine. I sifted it with a quarter-inch sifter, and I'm not sure where that ended up. I'll dig that out and I'll show it to you. Uh, to get all the larger chunks out. The larger chunks I just throw right back in into the compost bins when I so they can continue to break down. You don't want it to be too big, the chunks to be too big, the wood chunks, because that does create what's called nitrogen lockout because it's using all that nitrogen to simply break down the chunks instead of doing good stuff for the plants. So that's that, and I've mixed in vermiculite, I've mixed in perlite, I have mixed in worm castings. I've also mixed in a composted chicken manure. The we call the brand name rather is Green Chick. It works great, and all of that adds nourishment to this, so it gives the plants what they need. Now, periodically, you got to go back in and you got to add a couple of things again. You're going to want to add in as the season goes on some sort of fertilizer, be it granulated fertilizer or liquid fertilizer. Okay, so this is the sifter. All it is quarter inch uh, quarter inch hardware cloth put into a wooden frame. You can make one. You can purchase one at Amazon for $20, but it is actually really, really valuable as far as getting the big chunks out of the compost, so you can do stuff with your compost and make and plant your things. It's important, and it works very well. So I'll leave in the description. I'll leave the links to the websites, or not the websites, the YouTube channels that have helped me out. These guys are very good. They're very talented. They're very entertaining. Um, and if you're interested, give them a watch. If you like this, please like it and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to do more all the time. If you have any suggestions on what you want to see me do, I have had suggestions from friends as far as eating hot peppers. That will be coming. I will be having some hot peppers that I'll be doing. I'm also going to start making a new sauce, and what I want to do is show you from start to finish. So I'll start recording it now, and then I'll finish recording it in 2 months. But so you can see what I'm doing and how I do it, because and I'll also put into the links the channels that have helped me as far as coming up with fermented hot sauce recipes and styles, because they're also very, very entertaining channels, and they're very cool. They're very cool. So at any rate, find your zen. Have a great day. It looks like it's going to rain right now, so I'm glad I'm getting this done right this second. Okay, so I talked earlier about this being one of the largest expenses with gardening. There are so many different kinds of soil.
that you could buy. That you could buy at any like Depot or Lowe's or even your favorite nursery. And there are just so many kinds to buy. It's absolutely crazy. And they're expensive. I mean, I do most of my gardening in containers and grow bags, so I use potting soil, and but it's very expensive. The prices are all over the place, and also the quality's all over the place. I picked up something Walmart. It was when I was just beginning, and it was the cheapest one I could find. I went so far as to look up the reviews; they were all glowing, but when I opened it up, it seemed to be more of a bark mulch than it was any kind of a soil. So you live and learn, and you do what you got to do. So I'm going to include the videos for making the compost bins. I'm going to include the videos of Epic Gardening where they compare several different kinds of soil, and they range it from least expensive to most expensive, and they give a proper determination. And they always use the caveat: they're not scientists. This is what they're doing. Just check it out in their area. But it's interesting. It is. It's very interesting what they do. I'm also going to include something from M.I. Gardner. I'm pretty sure I've got his name. I've got the name of the channel right, where he talks about how all you really need to do is buy one type of soil and then amend it to whatever it is you're using. So it is expensive. It's expensive. I think it's worth it, especially if you want to grow things that are not easy to find. It's not easy to find, for instance, ghost peppers in a store. It's not easy to find shishito peppers in the store, depending on the stores you're going to or the areas you live in. So then you're relying on what's coming out of the internet. Most of them, probably a good 95% of them, are completely honest. They send you what they have, but prices are going to vary. Shipping is going to vary. I honestly believe, especially if you're trying to be the sauce god of the universe, the way I'm trying to be. I'm not there yet, but fingers crossed. But it's more cost effective to raise your own and then make your sauces with it because you're going to have failures. For instance, I talked about earlier. I talked about the sauce that had the mold on top of it, and that was those were homegrown habaneros. And yeah, it hurts to waste the habaneros, but it's also a lesson learned. Now, if I'd actually went and I spent the amount of money for the habaneros that it would have cost in the store, it would have been probably 4 times the cost. This time, it's just a matter of the time and effort I put into it, and it's considerable. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is, it's in my opinion, I think it's more cost effective to raise them. You know what you're doing as far as raising them. More than likely you're not using chemicals. If you're trying to go organic, you know that it's organic if that's what you're doing. I think they're healthier. I think they probably taste better. I think they're fresher, definitely. So even though this is the most expensive part of gardening, it's something that you really need to take a look at, which is one reason why I do my own compost, because it is expensive. And I do my own compost. I can at least cut that in or use that if I happen to be out of soil kicking around that I purchased. I've got this. Or I can amend it with some other soil to make it stretch and last longer and do just fine. It is better for the environment. It is, all in all, it is. Anyway, I'm done. I'm off my soapbox. I'm going to probably start doing another sauce today. It'll be a Scotch bonnet blueberry sauce, I think is what I'm going to do. And I'll start filming that today. And I'll finish filming it in 2 months after it's all done and I'm getting ready to ferment it, or getting ready uh, to process it after fermenting, and then I'll post it on here. In the meantime, there will be others because I'm still have a goal of once a week. But if you're going to watch a video of how I make hot sauce, I'd like you to be able to do it all in one sitting. Yeah, I don't know if that's good or not, but that's what I'm going to try to do. Anyway, you guys take care. Find your Zen. I'm out of here. See you. Bye.